Dear friends, in just a few hours we will Emer Hashem begin the beautiful Yom Tov of Chanukah. Chanukah means so much to us on so many different levels. The beautiful warmth of the candles illuminates our homes, illuminates our hearts, illuminates our lives. But what is the message? What is it that we're supposed to take from this beautiful Yom Tov? What is the avoda of these incredibly special days? And although there are many answers to this question, I'll share with you a simple one. Shulchan Aruch says, quoting the Gemara Masechah Shabbos, mitzvah lahanicha lamata miyud. There's a mitzvah to go ahead and dafka place the Chanukah candles beneath 10 tefachim. The Gemara is talking about the idea that in the original form of the halacha of the mitzvah of Ner Chanukah, one would kindle the neros, one would kindle the candles, kindle the menorah outside. So the mitzvah was to kindle it below 10 tefachim. A tefach is about 3 inches, so within 3 feet of the ground. That's the mitzvah, although one could technically place it higher. The goal is to place the menorah within 10 tefachim of the ground. Why? So the halachic opinions or the halachic commentaries on the Gemara, like the Rosh Rabbeinu Asher, explain that in order to show that the menorah is not a light of illumination, but is a light of obligation, one purposely places it at a low level. In other words, that if one were to kindle a menorah, one were to kindle a lantern for illumination purposes, one would set it up high so that it could provide the maximum amount of light. But the Neros Chanukah, our Neros are candles of mitzvah, candles of obligation, not candles of illumination. And therefore, in order to highlight that dynamic, the halacha says that one should kindle it at a lower level to show that this is not a utilitarian light, but rather is a mitzvah light. But there is a beautiful insight by the Divrei Chaim, the great tzaddik of Sanz. And the Rebbe says, quotes something fascinating. Although the halacha says that Neros Chanukah are supposed to be below 10 tefachim, the Gemara also tells us, the Gemara Masechah Sukkah, that me'olam lo yarda shchina lamata miyud. The divine presence never dipped below 10 tefachim. Although the divine presence, the Shechina, came down to this world, meaning we know the Shechina came down to Har Sinai, to Mount Sinai for Sinaitic revelation. The Shechina of the divine presence came down and rested between the two cherub-like figures on the lid of the Aron. But the Shechina, the divine presence, never dipped below 10 tefachim. The idea being that as much as God comes down to this world, he hovers. He never fully embeds himself in the mundanity. He never fully embeds himself sometimes in the loneliness or the depravity in this world. The divine king, our Melech, our HaKadosh Baruch Hu, comes down, but he hovers. But the Divrei Chaim says something amazing. There is one time of the year where the Shechina comes lamata miyud, where the Shechina ultimately dips down even below 10 tefachim. It says the Divrei Chaim, that's during the 8 nights, during the 8 days of Chanukah. The rest of the year, the Ribono Shel Olam comes down to this world, but remains at a height of 10 tefachim or above. But during these sacred days, the Shechina even dips lamata miyud, comes down below 10 tefachim. The candles, the lights of the menorah, representing ultimately the Shechina, the divine presence, are dafka kindled, are purposely kindled in a low space. What's the message? The Divrei Chaim says so beautifully to teach us an incredible idea. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that God comes to find us, comes to seek us out, wherever we may be. You see, my friends, sometimes we are on very lofty levels. Sometimes we're spiritually high, sometimes we're spiritually accomplished. But other times we fall, and other times we fail, and other times we find ourselves lying on the ground. And in those moments we think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want us. In those moments we think that God doesn't care. In those moments we think that God doesn't really want to occupy himself with someone who's so lowly, who's divested himself of all of his holiness. And comes HaKadosh Baruch Hu and says to us on Chanukah, even if you are lamata miyud, even if you are below 10 tefachim, even if you're down and out, even if you've messed up, even if you've failed, even if you made catastrophic mistakes, I want you, I love you, I care about you, and I have a desire to have a relationship with you. And so powerful is Chanukah that whereas the rest of the year I have to go out and find HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that whereas the rest of the year, if I want the relationship, I have to go out and seek God. Comes Chanukah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, just light your candle. Just send me the homing beacon. Just send up the spiritual flare. Let me know that you want me. Let me know that you want the relationship. Let me know that you want closeness with me. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I promise, I will come and find you. I promise, I will come and embrace you. I promise, I will come and hold you. During these days, God says to us, you don't have to find me, but I, the Ribono Shel Olam, will come and find you. This is the Divrei Chaim, is the beauty of Chanukah. You see, each of those candles, each of those neros, each of those flames represents us, represents the Jewish neshama, the Jewish soul. And sometimes that soul, sometimes that Jew, sometimes that person is lamata miyud. It's just down on his or her luck. Just hits so many dead ends, so many brick walls, meets so many bad decisions that I just feel down and out. And it's on these days of Chanukah where HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to us, even if you are lamata miyud, even if you are down and out and below 10 tvachim, just light the candle. Just ignite the flame. Just send up this spiritual flare. And I promise, I will come and find you. This, my friends, is the beauty of Chanukah. An opportunity to just simply say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I know